should know the meaning of what's the meaning of a deadlock. Okay, so it's a one situation where the two number of processes are executed its task simultaneously, but there is a problem of our traffic. Okay, so consider for example, two processes are holded by one resource R1. So this is process P1 and process P2. P1 process and P2 process. So now the P1 process is already holded by the resource R1. Okay, but again this P2 process is going to be due the request of resource R1. Okay, so this is the situation of resource R1. Now the R1 is cannot be have the right situation to provide its task to a process P2 because it is already holded by the process P1. Okay, so it is not have the rights to give its resource allocation to the process P2. Okay, so this type of situation is known as deadlock. Okay, but if the deadlock is occurs in a system, how do we rectify the deadlock? So this is the concept of our deadlock avoidance. Okay, so actually the four conditions arises deadlock systems. So the first one is our mutual exclusion. The concept of the mutual exclusion, and the second concept is our hold and wait. Hold and wait. And the third important condition is no preemption. Okay, so the no preemption cases, and finally we have a circular wait. Okay, so first mutual exclusion. Okay, so we should know the meaning of mutual exclusion. So listen this diagram. This is one resource allocation diagram. How the processes are interacting with the resources. Okay, so for the mutual exclusion, if the process of P1 is requesting its resource means, and the time of P2 process must be in waiting state. Okay, so mutually these two processes must be shared itself or mutually exclusive with each other. Then we can say the resource will be allocated for both the processes. Okay, so one is in the execution state, simultaneously the second must be in waiting state. Okay, so otherwise we should not expect the concept of deadlock here. Okay, there is no traffic. One is waiting, one is holded by the resource means there is no deadlock in a systems. Okay, and the second concept is hold and wait. Okay, so how will you say in this diagram, the same diagram we can say hold and wait. The same concept for your mutual exclusion and then hold and wait. Okay, so one is execution, another one is waiting state. Okay, so it's like R1 resources holded by one process. So the same time one more process must be in waiting state. Okay, so this is the concept of one is holded and another one is in waiting state. Okay, so this is another one condition for the deadlock avoidance. Okay, and next one, no preemption. Okay, for the example of no preemption, consider two processes are running in a machine from 0 to 5 milliseconds. The process P1 and again 5 to 10 milliseconds. The process P2. Consider two processes are in ready queue. If the P1 process is from the millisecond 0 to 5, okay, if there is no any interruption between the milliseconds, then we can say this process is having the no preemption in its execution. Okay, but instead of that, again 0 to 5 milliseconds, there will be a problem of interruption. Suppose 0 to 3 milliseconds, my process P1 is going to be temporarily stopped. Okay, it is not permanent stopping, it's temporarily stopped up to 0 to 3 milliseconds. But my question is here, if one process P1 is temporarily stopped in a ready queue, what are the status of our CPU? Whether it is going to be an idle case or it is going to be executed. Yeah, so this is called as the concept of mutual exclusion. Okay, so one is going to be temporarily stopped or temporarily inactivated in a process execution, and that millisecond our next process P2 is going to be entered into a ready queue. Okay, so now ready queue is activate the second process execution for its task completion. Okay, but one more question here. Why the temporary P1 process is going to be stop its task? Any other reason?
Because the new process has more priority than the current process. Means suddenly opens to stop.
Okay, only the problem of priority or some other reasons we have.
Resource, maybe the process one having resource for its execution is it goes to waiting state.
Yeah. Okay.
With respect to the priority, what we are going to allocate this?
Yeah, priority, and most probably we have a problem of interruption. Why the interruption is occurs in a system means if the production is not highly secure. Okay, if the production is not highly secure in a machine, and we can expect the problem of interruptions. Okay, so like any one example of production is not highly secure. Which production is not highly secure?
Data sharing.
Yeah. Hardware protection is not highly secure, then we may expect the problem of preemption or temporary stopping of the process. Okay, and also another one reason, memory protection. If the memory protection is not highly secure, and also we can expect the problem of interruption. Okay, but anyway, this is not permanent stopping of the processes. Our process P1 is going to be temporarily in waiting state. Yes, that's why the second condition is says here hold and wait. Okay, so wait in the sense it's a temporary suspension between the processes. Okay, so one process is going to be running and another one process must be in waiting state. Okay, so when it goes to the end of the execution, once again the process is revisited to the cycle and check whether it is going to be a non-execution processes or in the
Before that, so what about the PCB?
Sir, process control block.
So what is the role of PCB?
So it's a process control block allocating the number of processes to the executions. So consider from the P0 to P5 number of processes are available means again P0 to P5 all the processes must be in queue order one by one. P0 is completed means PCB is allocating next process P1 to the ready queue. And again P0 P1 is completed. Once again the P2 process is entered into a ready queue. Suppose any process is not completed its task from the P0 to P5 and PCB is the role of activated by it is going to be a non-preemption conditions, making as a non-preemption condition. Once again that process is rescheduled. Okay?
What is live log, sir?
Sir?
Live log. This is dead log.
Yes, sir.
There are certain live log.
Yes, sir. Live log, it's nothing but process is going to be a safe state. Actually, this deadlock is unsafe state, sir, because processes are going to be get traffic and not executed by the process task. But in live log, it's a deadlock not in unsafe state. Okay, so that means it is going to be a safe state. So safe state means all the processes are completed task without interruption and it is going to be a job queue.
Okay, thank you.